Good morning, good morning, good morning, all my good trade geniuses out there. Welcome to Trade Genius Live. I am your host and brand ambassador of the Edge Funder, Trend Genius, and we are in here on a Thursday. Man, it's been something I've been wanting to tell y'all. Let's get to them good mornings first. Chris Samuels, good morning. Kick Rocks, good morning. Mr. Cologne, good morning. Morbid Drifter, good morning. T. Pruitt, good morning. Pivot Point, good morning. Uh, Showtime Dre, good morning. Kaz, Grand Risings. Mike, good morning. Twyla, good morning. Stephen Brown, good morning. Hella Bands, yo, good morning. I had to do that. Soak It Insider, good morning. Mr. Payout in the building, good morning, good morning. Yeah, I didn't want to say anything at the beginning of the week because I was trying to really get a hold of it. Sir Blapton 510, good morning. Good morning, good morning. What's up, cuz? Cuz in the building. Good morning, cuz. I see you, I see you. Makita, good morning. Q, Grand Risings. So, I didn't want to say this at the beginning of the week because I was really trying to get ahead of it. Shy, good morning, good morning. But I think I was coming down with something, but I got ahead of it. I was taking my homeopathic medicine. I was gonna say something, but I was like, nah, I'm not gonna say anything. I thought my voice was still hoarse from the weekend, but I think I was coming down with something. But I got it. I caught it. I got ahead of it. So I think we're good. I just didn't want to say anything. I was like, I'm not gonna speak it into existence. If I start feeling better, hopefully by Thursday or Friday, then I'll say something. But yeah, but we good. We rocking. We rocking. We rocking. We rocking. We rocking. How are y'all feeling this morning? Let me know. How are y'all feeling this morning? One word me. Let me know how y'all feeling. Y'all feeling good? Excuse me. Y'all feeling good? Y'all feeling not good? You're feeling anxious, rushed? I don't know. Give me some good words, y'all. How y'all feeling? Y'all feeling content? What are you feeling this morning? Hopefully a bunch of good things. That's what I want to hear. What we got? Bottovan, good morning. Yeah, I only do natural, bro. I only do natural. I do this. It's called Sambuco that I do. It's a homeopathic medicine, has like elderberry and a bunch of stuff in it. It's real simple too. It's like these little tablets. You just put them on your tongue, let them dissolve. They got like a little elderberry taste to them, and you take them like every 2 hours. So, but yeah, I got ahead of it. I got ahead of it. Oh, what we got? What we got? What we got? We got. Hella Band said great. Soak It Insider said great. Kick Rock said fantastic. Egobi Toby, I hope I said that right. Hopeful. Egobi Toby, welcome, welcome, welcome. Serena, good morning, good morning. I like what you said. Didn't want to call it into existence. You must be a Christian. I am spiritual. But yes, I'm definitely a Christian, but I am definitely spiritual. I don't claim any religion, but I am definitely spiritual. You know what I'm saying? Like I know what's going on. I'm not atheist or nothing like that, but I don't claim any particular religion. But I definitely am very spiritual. Um, oh yeah, same. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, absolutely. Got to work out. We're gonna leave the stream running in the background. That's what's up, Soaking Inside. I appreciate you as always, bro. So we have 34 folks on here. We have 9 likes. If we can, let's get the likes up for all the new folks in the building. Welcome. You are a trade genius now. You're part of the family. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Um, Subscribing actually push the content out. You know what I'm saying? Liking just lets me know that we appreciate each other up here. You know what I mean? That's all I ask. Free likes, free subscriptions, and I take care of the rest. But yeah, so I'm definitely feeling much, much better. And let's see here what we got. What we got. What we got. We got Kong. Good morning. Good morning. New to the community. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome, Kong. Welcome. 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 Sneha. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yes. Welcome. 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 Glad to have you here. You're in the right place. We're gonna jump into some news real quick. Let's get it rocking since everybody is feeling pretty good. Every morning when I ask y'all how y'all feeling, it's always good for y'all to type it in there how y'all feeling. It's not really just for me, it's actually for you as well to get the psychology thing going on. However you're feeling, I want you to put that in the chat if you're feeling rushed, anxious, whatever the emotion is that you're feeling. It'd be good to put it down in the chat, something that you yourself needs to hear every day. You know what I mean? Like yourself needs to hear yourself say how you're feeling every morning is very important. It's a part of how we show up on the charts. And remember, we always are working on our trading therapy, right? Which is our psychology. So just always keep that in mind when I ask y'all. Just one word me. Engage. It's good to engage. It's good to, you know what I'm saying, get everything moving, get everything going. We talk about repetition. We talk about how we show up on our charts every day and do the same things. So it's very, very important that we do that. Feeling blessed and excited for the day. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, y'all. Let's jump into news real quick. Let's go here. Let's jump into news. Let me go ahead on and screen share that. And bam, here we are. All right, so today is Thursday. News for today. We had orange folder. We have Philly Fed manufacturing index and unemployment claims. That's what we had today. We have some yellow folder. Actually just popped in at 6:15. Happened about 7 minutes ago. That really didn't have had no impact on any volume in the market. It was capacity utilization rate and industrial production. If you're new to the community, you're new to the family, go ahead and forexfactory.com. That's what this is, forexfactory.com. I'm gonna go ahead on and just drop the link in the chat, so this way y'all will have it. Oh, Ben said he's working in the field today. That's what's up. Q says she's feeling anxious. Hopefully anxious to get some money. That's what's up. That's what's up, Q. So I dropped the for all our new trade geniuses that jumped on with us today. Here it is right here, www.forexfactory.com. #/calendar. Don't worry about the calendar. Just get to forexfactory.com. And what you want to do is you want to sign up for an account. It's free. And this is the news that you're going to look at every day. Every day before you jump on, or every day when you open up the markets, before you even think about placing a trade, you're going to check this news. This news is going to be very vital to your trading game. So this is a part of how we show up. Oh, just notice this, y'all. It wasn't there yesterday. 4 p.m. President Trump speaks. And remember, my times, you guys, for everyone that's new, my times are on Pacific Standard Time. I'm in LA, so I'm in Cali. So, of course, your times are going to be reflective to where you are in the country or in the world. So, with that stated, that's news. Remember, Trump speaking at 4 p.m. This just popped up because it was not here yesterday. Like I said, we already had Philly Fed and unemployment claims. So let's go ahead and jump to the charts. Let's see what we got. All right, let's go ahead and do our daily bias for the day. So we do this every morning. So 5 p.m., let's draw lines. Excuse me. 5 p.m., 9 p.m. Of course, if you're on a different time zone, make sure your times match. Like I said, I'm in Cali. So depending on where you are, if you're Central Time, it'll be 2 hours added to these times. Then we have 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. Remember, this is last night. We're doing this on overnight session. So we have 5 p.m. yesterday to 9 p.m. And then we have 11 p.m. yesterday to 2 a.m. early this morning. You can see the times on the bottom. Very simple. Now, what are we doing? We are comparing what's going on in between these two sessions. This is not the full Asia session, but this is a part of Asia session, and this is a part of London session. We're on NQ. All right, so let's see what we got. So we know what? We know this dotted line right here is the low of Asia, and we know this blue dotted line up here is the high of Asia within this time frame. So, and now in this time frame, the low of London would be here. This doesn't count because it's outside of our little boxes, right? So we don't count anything in here. We're counting everything in between these boxes. So the low of London in between these boxes would be here. The high of London would be here. So if we look at and do our comparison, we see that London took out Asia highs, but it did not take out Asia lows. This is Asia lows. This is London low. So with that stated, being that London took out Asia's high and did not take out Asia's low, we are looking for NQ to be bullish. Now, we're not married to this bias, but this is the bias that we look at every day. All right, so we're looking for during the New York Open for NQ to be bullish. Now, does this apply to any other ticker? I don't know because I don't trade any other ticker. You would have to back test it to see. But this is definitely for NQ or MNQ, either one, micros or minis of NQ. Y'all know that's all I trade. So with that stated, that's our bias for the day. Once again, London took out Asia highs, but did not take out Asia lows. So with that stated, we are bullish for the day during New York session on NQ. So we can go ahead on and erase our lines now. We don't need them anymore. Let's get those out the way. Boom. All right, so we have 3 minutes to the open. I'm going to jump to the 1 minute. So last night, what did last night do? Last night, market opened, and you can see it went extremely bullish. Some small pullbacks here and there, but it was pretty much bullish all night. Another little small pullback here, bullish. It's a very hard pullback here last night. Pullback again. Let's see, where was news? We had news at 5:30. Let's see what news did. So 5:30 candle is here, and actually it didn't bring in really any volume. A little bit. This is our 5:30 candle. So a little bit of volume it brought in. It did bring in some volume, but nothing major. No lightsaber candles, no long wicks, nothing like that. So, and as you can see, price at this point, since about 348, price is actually just been ranging. So what I believe is what my bias for the day is, I do believe price is going to come down, hit one of these dailies, and then continue on, and then continue up, continue bullish. There is a lot of liquidity down here, especially in this area right here. This candle, you see how they almost kind of line up? There's a lot of liquidity here because last night a lot of traders got in buys, right? We see this huge bullish move. We know traders got in buys last night. So what does that mean? That means there's a lot of stop losses down here. A lot of stop losses in these areas down here. A lot of stop losses because some are holding, some could be trailing. You know what I'm saying? So either way, there's a lot of stop losses to the sell side. So there is some sell side liquidity there. And we know based on NQ characteristics that NQ loves to do what? It loves to take the overnight liquidity and then go in and continue on in the direction that it's going to go for the rest of the day. All right, we have 1 minute to the open. Excuse me. And let's see here. 1 minute to the open. So let's see what we get. Actually, about 30 seconds. Let's see what we get. Let me get back into these comments. Thank you, Stephen. I appreciate you, my brother. Q said, always. Keys, morning, good morning. I think London takes out Asia's high. It already did. Yeah, it already did. Yeah, it took it out already. What we would want it to do, we wanted to take out, I was thinking that it would take out the low. Happy New Day, everyone. Queen Honey Mama, how you doing? Yeah, so oh, wow. Y'all see that? It just took off. A little spike right there. So let's see. I'm thinking price is going, we've been so bullish that I'm thinking price is gonna come and reclaim some of this liquidity here. Think about how bullish we've been, y'all. Look at this. We've been extremely bullish. So that's what I'm thinking. It's going to, wow, look at that. That's a crazy candle right there, y'all. Sheesh, and that's on the 1 minute. All right. Well, if I get a daily setup, I'll definitely take it. So let's see. Might not get one the way these candles looking. Jeez, that's a pretty high volume candle right there. All right, let's see. We did not have a lackluster open, I can tell you that. We had a pretty That's a pretty strong open right there. Huge candle. Let's see what we get. All right, if we can get a fair value gap, I'm going to enter on that. If price doesn't hit the daily level and invalidate my trade, hopefully it gives me a little bit of love, give me some room. I don't know if any news did that. Maybe it could have been somebody talking. I would say check check X, check True Social for the ones that have it, just to see, you know, what was said. If you don't have True Social, oh well, my trade's invalidated. Price hit the daily level, this pink line, so my trade is invalidated. Nice, no trade on that strategy today. That one's done. Maybe we can get in on this 15-minute or maybe. Well, hey, that's how it works, y'all. When you have a strategy and it has rules and there are things that price can do to invalidate your trade, guess what happens? You just sit on your hands. So I have this one trade that I take and I use these pink lines as my targets. If price touches the pink line before my trade sets up, then that strategy is invalidated for the day. So that is invalidated. So no trade on this particular strategy for me. It's my little strategy that I trade during the day, but hopefully we can get this strategy that I run on the 15-minute. If we do that, we'll take it and we'll see what we get. Is anybody in anything? Anybody in anything? If you're in something, let me know what you're in. I would like to know. All right, y'all, we got 52 watching and 22 likes. We got 30 likes we got to get. All I ask, little free clicks. Yeah, possible 15-minute. Yep, if we get a flip to the upside. Oh, that's right. We need a flip to the upside. I'm tripping. That is right, Serena. We need a flip to the upside. That is correct. Well, let's see. Same thing happened yesterday. My trade got both of my trades got invalidated, my strategies, and I sat on my hands. Nothing I can do. That's what happens. That's what happens. It's the life of a trader. So what we got? Got in and took my base hit. When I seen market start to reverse, got it. All right, y'all, let's get them likes up if we can. Dilson, we hit on them longs last night. Yes, 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 absolutely. Yes, we did. Yes, we did for the overnight session. If we can, y'all, let's get the likes up. We got what? 21 more to get up so our likes can match our viewers. Let's do that. If you haven't liked, please go ahead and like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. That's all I ask. I got the rest. I take care of the rest. Free likes for free game. Josh Threats, who that? That's what's up. So we're just kind of just seeing what's going on. Do you think that opening candle was a liquidity sweep? Let's go to the 1 minute. Not necessarily. I mean, not necessarily. Let me tell you why. Only because if it went further down, I mean, it could have been. Let me think. How far did it go down? It went here. Yeah. Barbosa the Great. Yo. Q. Yes, I for sure think it is. I didn't even pay attention. So if you look at my crosshair, right? So just think, the market opened right here, right? The market opened here, right? If folks got in buys, they got in buys somewhere. I would have to say somewhere above this low right here, right? If they got in buys, right? They had to wait for confirmation. They got confirmation possibly when it broke this area. People got in buys. Ones that took some sniper entries might have got in a little sooner. But I do totally believe, yes, that was a liquidity sweep, and let me explain why. Like I said, market opened here, 3 p.m., right? We know for traders that waited for confirmation, they possibly waited till price got above this high from yesterday's previous New York session, right? So I believe once price broke, they got in. Stop losses was placed somewhere down in this area, and I believe this was definitely a liquidity sweep. Absolutely, because if you look at it, price came. If you look at my crosshair and go all the way across, look at where price is. Goes even all the way across into this area. So I would think, yes, that definitely was a liquidity sweep. Absolutely. Did it take out Asia's low? Yes, it did. Took out Asia's low. This is Australia. When the market first opens at 3 p.m. Pacific or 6 p.m. Eastern, it's Australia that comes in first. Asia doesn't come until 5 p.m. London doesn't come until 11 p.m. And that's Pacific Standard Time. So that definitely was a liquidity sweep. I just thought it would go a little bit lower, but that was definitely for sure a liquidity sweep. Absolutely. So basically all those stop losses from all those buys last night, right? They have been hit. You know what I'm saying? They have been hit. So all them stop losses are, I ain't gonna say all, but most of them have been hit. If this goes a little bit lower, like I would say maybe down into this area right here, this 26,350, 650, somewhere around there, then I would definitely say like all the stop losses are definitely taken out, pretty much all of them. If not all of them, then enough liquidity to possibly have a reversal and price will continue on, whether it's going to continue on bearish or continue or reverse and go bullish. What do we have? So is it time to take buys now or wait for more confirmation? Well, that depends on your strategy. I don't trade that way. You know what I'm saying? So I trade a strategy, meaning like there's things that have to set up for me to take my strategy. If that's how you trade, then I would say, yeah, but I can't just tell you, take buys, because that's not a strategy that I run. And I have not back tested that to even know if that works. So I wouldn't tell you that, but I would say, if that's what your strategy calls for, yes. But if you don't have a strategy, please get one. You got to get a strategy. You have to find a strategy and you have to back test it to see if it fits your personality, also to see if the strategy is worth running live. So just keep that in mind. What we got? We got 46 and 36. 10 more likes. We just need 10 more likes, 10 more likes, 10 more likes. And we good to go. See if we get a candle flip here. Dang, Serena, that thing got to go a long ways to flip. Jeez. Well, we'll see. It definitely did get some, just looking at this 15-minute chart, a little bit bigger chart. This candle right here is the opening candle. As you can see, price pretty much came all the way down. So I would definitely say like that was a huge liquidity sweep. That's for sure. Even looking on a higher time frame, you can see it even better. Because this is our opening candle from last night. Huge liquidity sweep. Look where price went. Pretty much almost to the middle of this candle. Now, I do believe that if traders last night, I do believe they possibly waited till price broke this previous swing high right here, and waited for confirmation before they jumped in. So it's definitely a bunch of stop losses down here. Huge liquidity sweep. That was a good catch too, and good question, Qdale. Yeah, that was a very, very good question. Very, very good question. Great question. And great eye too, to even see that and notice what is going on. This is what I'm talking about when I say that we have to come to the charts and we have to pay attention and look, see everything that's going on. We always got to look left, right? We always got to look looking left to see what price did prior to what price is doing now. That's going to give us, give us some insight into price action, right? Because if you've been watching NQ, then we know that NQ loves to go back and take liquidity. It loves to, like I said, liquidity sweep. It loves to go back and touch areas that it touched previous. NQ has a lot of characteristics like that. So this right here, this liquidity sweep that we saw, that is indicative of what NQ does. So I always say trade one ticker, learn one ticker, learn a strategy for that ticker, and just pay attention to that ticker and learn all the characteristics about that ticker. I only trade NQ, y'all know that. So this is all that I watch, this is all that I see. So I'm able to, get an understanding of how this ticker moves based on its characteristics. So what we got? Let me check this comments. YM buys, that's what's up, T Pruitt. Did NQ and ES make new all-time highs last night? Couple extra from me. That's what's up. I appreciate you. Soaking Insider be on this game. I appreciate it, man. That dude, I know everyone here does, but I'm just saying like that dude be super on the support. You know what I'm saying? All the time in the chats, in my DMs, like, he's on it. I definitely appreciate that as much as I appreciate all of y'all, for real. Let's see here. Let me check. Let me check. Morbid Drifter. No, it did not make all-time highs. All-time highs in NQ would be right here. 26,667.75. That was the all-time high. That is the all-time high for NQ. Yep. That's why that line is there. That was from a previous daily level that NQ made, and that price never got touched again. So it's 26 right here, 26,667.75. ES, I'm not sure. Excuse me. ES, I'm not sure because I'm not on ES chart. Thank you, Soaking Inside. I appreciate you, my guy. Absolutely, wholeheartedly. Natalie Esco, hello. Flora Ara, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So we got 49 viewers and we got 40 likes. Come on, we just need 9 more likes to match the viewership. Oh, we're getting real bullish. Excuse me, real bearish. But you know what, you guys? I was only thinking at some point that we would be bearish, right? Because we have been bullish so much. Look, even like right here, I know we had some consolidation and we continue to go up, but look, we've been super bullish. You can see it right here. We had a huge gap down. This was, I believe this was last Sunday, right? No, this was Sunday. Excuse me. This was Sunday, right? And we just been bullish since Sunday. Some consolidation and we go. Some ranging and then we go. Consolidation and then we go. Little ranging and then we continue. We've been continuing, just getting higher and higher and higher as far as bullish momentum. At some point, all of this has to correct itself. All of that has to correct itself. Price has to reposition. Will it come all the way back down here? Who knows? But it definitely has to correct itself. It's a lot of bullish momentum. So we'll see what we got. What is the meaning of GTC or GTD in Tradeovate? I think it's good till close and good till the end of the day, basically. Like good to the end of the day. GTD, GTC, good till close, and good to the end of the day. I believe that's what that is, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. GTC or GTD Tradeovate. See what it says. Yep, good till canceled and good till date. These are order flags. Yep. GTC keeps an order active until it's filled. That's why it's good till canceled, meaning the order is good until it's canceled. So as it says here, it keeps an order active until filled. And then whether that's manually canceled or the contract expires, and then GTD allows us a specific date and time for automatic cancellation if unfilled. So good till date, good till canceled. There that is. No chart in front of me right now. Are we over the? Yes, we've been over the 8% line, 2025. Yeah, we've been over that for a minute. 8% line is sitting at 24,697.25. We've been over that for a good minute. Actually, we got over that the day that Trump announced remember there was the tweet he put out, or the post he put out about Iran has so much time to cooperate, not cooperate, but they have so much time to come up with a ceasefire, or he's going to obliterate them. Remember that little statement that he made? We talked about that. I think that was a couple of weeks ago. That when he gave that, I think it was 8 o'clock that night when he gave the speech, because that was the deadline time, right? It was 8 p.m. Eastern time. When he gave that speech and he stated that he was giving them like a couple of weeks to accept the ceasefire, that's when price took off. So, 15 minute invalid. Yes, 15 minute is invalidated. Yep, boom, boom. So my 15-minute strategy is invalidated. Okay. So both of my strats were invalidated today like they were yesterday. If anything, possibly we could get an A+, long if that shows itself, but I don't know. Price is kind of rangy right now. So, well, If nobody really should be in anything. I mean, unless you are, let's see here. If you do the HSS, I guess if there's a HSS, I don't trade that strategy, but I guess that might be the only strategy that could be rocking right now that I know of. Um, Other than that, let's go ahead and get some trading therapy rocking. Let's get some trading therapy rocking. We have 50 viewers, 43 likes. We just got 7 more likes. Come on, y'all. 7 more free clicks. All right, let's get to some trading therapy. Excuse me. All right. If you're in anything, let me know. I would love to know if you're in anything. You're welcome, Flower R. No problem. If you're not and you're just sitting on your hands, that's a good thing as well. Price not really doing too much. Let's get this trading therapy and let's get this mental muscle rocking. So question of the day today is this trade idea based on evidence or assumption? Speaking to yourself. This is a question you would ask yourself. In shorts on paper, that's what's up, P Rich. That's what's up. I love the in paper part. For real. Let me know you practicing. That's what's up. That's good stuff. I love it. Let's see here. So if this trade idea based on evidence or assumption? That's something that you want to ask yourself. Q, we'll get to that. You're in lazy shorts, so lazy in shorts. Got it. Let me see what he rocking here. Lazy got shorts popping, huh? Uh-huh. 26,638. What he in? 360. Got you. Okay. Oh, I see where he at. He right there with it. Okay. At this point, I'm sitting on my hands. But yes, so we'll get to that. Q. We'll talk about that. Duvier took YM buys. He must have got stopped out. No ifs, ands, buts. Me personally would never be in the market looking like this right now. That's what's up, Drew River. That's somebody to understand. Lazy got shorts and buys. Oh, shoot. That don't sound good. And drawdown, so could still enter. Got it. It's C plus shorts. I probably wouldn't take that. We'll look for B plus. Yeah, huge sell off, price hit, stop loss at everyone. We'll look for B plus setups. C plus shorts on the 1 hour. I mean, that could go. I'm gonna sit on my hands. Excuse me. So we always have to ask ourselves this question, right? When we sit down and we see our setup coming up, we have to ask ourselves, is this trade idea based on evidence or is it based on assumption? That's big for us to ask ourselves when we're taking a trade. The reason why we want to ask ourselves those things, because what? Assumption is what? Feelings, guessing, hoping. It's an assumption. There's no, right? There's no, when you have an assumption, there's no confluences involved with that assumption. Because if there was confluences involved, if there was a strategy steps that you were taking, what would that mean? That would mean what? That you have evidence. So if you have evidence, that means what? You have structure, liquidity, confirmation, your whatever your strategy is, the steps set up in the proper way for you to take it. It was high probability, price action is on point, all those kinds of things, right? So when you think about that, that is definitely what you need to be factoring in when you are taking your trade. If your trade is not based on evidence, then you know what? You shouldn't be taking that trade because it's based on assumption. It's real simple. You know what, y'all? 1 second. Give me like 30 seconds. I just need to grab some tissue for my nose. 1 second. All right, y'all, I'm back. Nose went to running a little bit, man. But anyway, so Going back to what we were talking about, question of the day. You shouldn't have to convince yourself that the trade that you're looking at is good. If you're trying to convince yourself, then it's not a real trade. It's not a real strategy. It's not a good entry. So, right. And assumptions, like they say, assumptions make a you know what out of you and me. So you never assume, right? You always want your trades to be based on evidence, right? Just remember that. That is a very, very important thing. I do these questions of the day and do these tips of the day every day so we can work our mental muscle, right? Because we're trying to make sure, we're making sure that what? That when we show up on the charts every day, we are using the proper, how would I say, we're diagnosing the market properly, right? That's what we always want to make sure, because that's what we do. That's what we're doing. When we step up, when we sit down and we step up to the charts, we're like, okay, what's going on here? You know what I mean? We're not just jumping in trades just to be jumping in trades, right? That we can't do. So with that stated, we always want to make sure that we are taking trades based on evidence, not assumption. So always remember that. It's very, very, very important. We're going to run back through it. Evidence is what? Structure, liquidity, confirmation. That's evidence. Confluences. Assumption is what? Feeling, guessing, hoping. Can't trade like that. That's all emotions. There's no confluences there. I know what you meant without prejudice. I know what you meant. Excuse me. So assumptions, as I stated, is feeling, guessing, hoping. We don't take trades based on feelings. We don't take trades based on guessing or hoping. We take trades based on evidence, based on confluences. You know what I'm saying? So with that stated, that's something that we have to always keep in mind. We cannot take trades based on assumption. That's not what being a professional trader is. That is not treating your trading as a business. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely excuse me, that's definitely gambling to some degree. You have to look at it that way, because if there's no evidence and it's all on assumption, that's definitely gambling. There's no way to look at it. No way different to look at it. And we never gamble with our business. So there that is. So with that stated, let's go back to the charts. Excuse me, y'all. Dang. Let's go back to the charts and see what we got. Got some bullish momentum popping right now, which kind of makes sense, right? We have a lot. Look at all this that we need to reclaim. It's a lot of price action that we need to reclaim. So this bullish action makes sense. Excuse me. This bearish action makes sense. Since we have been so bullish over the past, 4 days? Thursday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah. 4 days. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and today is Thursday. So the past 4 days, we've been super bullish. So there it is. Excuse me. How far this will go down? We don't know. Unfortunately, it's not a part of my strategy that I take. So I'm sitting on my hands. I'm going to log out of my accounts right now because there's nothing there for me, period. So there it is. There it is. You know what? I'm going to take this on demo. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this on demo. Let me set it up. And let's see here. Yes.
Order submitted.
I'm in on demo. Let's see what we get.
Order filled.
There we go. Now I'm in. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. A little demo trade. Why not? Little demo. Cool. Let that little demo trade cook. This will be the time to demo trade. I mean, some people that see the candle dropping and they'll jump in this trade because candle is dropping. I would never say getting in a trade just because a candle is going in a particular direction. That's not a strategy. That's just gambling. That's why I'm taking a demo trade because I'm actually just jumping in in the middle of this, whatever this is going on. I'm just really just playing. Like, I'm not even testing a strategy. I just jumped in this demo just to see what it would do. So what you got, Serena? Evidence we should always look at. We should always look to the left. Absolutely pivot point. Made my 400 on the short. I'm done for the day. That's what's up, Steven. Good job. Booked 240 ticks, one runner. Nice. Got to learn how to leave a runner. Yes. Got to learn how to do that. Got to learn how to do that. Yep. But if Lazy called out a short, that was a pretty good one. That was a pretty good short for those that took it. I'm just playing on demo right now, so nothing serious for me. Why is it going down? Who knows? That is, trust me, Kiara, if we knew that question, whoo, we would be nice on our bread. Don't really know. I think a lot of it is just price correction. We had a lot of bullish momentum over the past 4 days. We've been bullish like 4 days straight, literally. If you go back and check the 4 days, like if you go back, like I'm on a 5 minute, right? So we'll go back. So this is last night. Of course, this is this morning. This was yesterday's New York session. This was yesterday's overnight session. This was New York session. Look how bullish we've been. This overnight session from Monday. This is New York session Monday morning. This is overnight session from Sunday. So as you can see, we've been extremely bullish. So why price is going down, I would only have to think that we are correcting. Price has to auto-correct at some point. It has to correct. So a lot of it going down is because if you think about it, there is a lot of sell side liquidity, period. All right, what we got? A lot of gaps. Yeah, definitely a lot of gaps. What we got? Last night I took buys with the 5-0. This morning I took sales on my demo account and hit both trades. Dope. What's this? Is that Cat Wilk? Hopefully I said that right. Yep, change of character. That's correct. A lot of gaps to fill down there. That is true. We are due for a pullback because we broke structure on the higher time frame and price is seeking lower to go higher. Absolutely. I know it's reaching all year highs. Not yet. All-time highs would be here. 26,667 on NQ. That would be all-time highs on NQ. So, but yeah. But like as I stated, I just think with all of this bullish, momentum we had over the 4 days, price definitely has to come and reclaim some of that before it continues on, if it's going to continue on. Because we don't know with the war, we can get some reports and that could definitely sink the market. So we don't really know. We're still at war. Let's keep that in mind as well. We are still at war. So with that stated, that's something that we got to definitely keep in mind because price still has the potential to tank based on any kind of reports, oil, gas, everything that's going on with the war. Something could be stated and price can just melt. So just keep that in mind. All right, so let's jump back. Let's get this mental muscle back rocking. And, excuse me. And as we stated, your trade should be based on evidence, not, excuse me, not assumption. Evidence, not assumption. All right, so let's see here. Anybody have any questions about anything right now? Any questions? Let me know. Any questions? Excuse me. Any questions? Please let me know. Any questions that anyone may have, questions, concerns, something that they're not sure about, let me know. Let me know, let me know, let me know. And we're going to jump into tip of the day here in just a second. But I want y'all to let me know if y'all have any questions, any concerns, something that you're not understanding, that you're not clear on. let me know. We can go over it since we have a little bit of time. I don't know if y'all noticed. Have y'all noticed lately how the market has been? Um, it's been like a slow week, right? Have y'all noticed it? I've noticed it. It's been a very slow week. Slow in the regard of um, like taking trades and the market moving, and it just been a very slow week. I feel it, and I definitely can tell. I don't. I think I only take. I've only taken one trade this week. Yeah, I have. Yeah, I've only taken one trade this week. So, um, yeah. All right, what we got? If 6:30 a.m. strat based off 5 minute. It's not a 6:30 a.m. strat. It's just a strat that I look for when market opens, but it's based off the 1 minute. Yes, based off the 1 minute. All right, so I'm trying to use TradeAvate for the first time. Can't figure out how to take profit or put stop loss. I want to get out my trade, but I can't. I'm sorry, Flora. I just got to laugh with you. I just thought that was pretty funny. Um, Not funny like laughing at you, but I'm laughing because I remember I remember the time I was on TradeAvate and I didn't know how to get out my trade. So basically, the way you want to get in your trade, are you in a buy or are you in a sell? Let me know, Floor R. Whatever if you're in a buy, you just want to hit the sell button and it'll get you out. If you're in a sell, just hit the buy button and it should exit. It should exit out your position. Or do you have? Let me show this right now. Oh, you know what? I forgot. I logged out. Let me log back in on my demo account, and then we can try to go in and check it out. But whatever you're doing, if you're in a buy, hit sell. If you're in a sell, hit buy. That should get you out. You're in a sell. All right, hit the buy button. That should get you out of that trade. Or you should have yeah, or flatten it. Absolutely. There you go. I need help just reading Trade Evade. It looks like a lot. I just want to ask y'all, why are y'all using Trade Evade? Why you're not using TradingView? The only reason I'm asking is TradingView is so much easier and so much more user friendly than Trade Evade will ever be. With the SEC change, will that be a good thing or a bad thing? Uh, Honestly, we really don't know. Pivot point. We really truly don't know. I think the best thing to do is like wait for it to, wait for it to, um, the implementation to happen, and then let's see if it changes anything. Not really too sure. But yeah, so going back to what I was stating, because I'm on my demo account. If you're in a trade, Flora R, you should see something like this little X right here beside your entry. It was recommended by Juvier. Oh, got you. On like one of his videos. Yeah. But TradeAvate as your broker, but not TradeAvate to trade on. Right. In the Gemify Academy, you are correct, Kiara. He definitely does. He definitely talks about he talks about TradeAvate in some of the Gemify Academy courses. But you can use them as your broker, but you don't have to use them to trade on. I use them as my broker as well. TradeAvate is my broker for all of my accounts, but I do not trade on TradeAvate. My TradeAvate and TradingView are linked to where I can log into my TradingView and I can do it that way. You're welcome, Pivot Point, no problem. Yeah, so um, that's pretty much how I that's pretty much how I trade. You know what I'm saying? Like I do not do anything on TradeAvate. It's too clunky. It's just nah. No. Like no for me with TradeAvate. Nah. I don't like their user interface. Their user interface is, to me, it's not good at all. So if you have one of these, you should have a area where you could cancel your order if you're in a sell. I think that was Kiara, right? Oh, Flora R. If you're in a sell, hopefully you have a little cancel order box, little X right there. You can X out, and then you can X out of that trade, or you can flatten. I just need to reset my login, then try again maybe. Let's see here. How do I connect TradingView to TradeOvate? I tried last night, but gave up trying to figure it out. All right, very, very, very simple. Let me show you. So you have to do this. So you go into TradeOvate. Let's go into, what are we gonna do? Let's go into my Apex account. All right, so you're gonna log into TradeOvate. All right, let me redo this because I haven't been in here in a minute. So let me accept that. All right, cool. So now, this is what you're gonna do. Real simple, real easy. So you're gonna go here, application settings, right? Hit that. Then you're gonna go to add-ons. Okay? Then you're gonna activate that order flow where it says it's free. You're gonna activate TradingView. You don't have anything that's free, you want to activate it. If it's trying to charge you, you don't need this. You don't need anything that you have to pay for. Everything free is what you want to activate. So all this stuff. Group trade, tick stream, free indicators, order flow, TradingView, right? So TradingView is the main one. All right, boom, that's done now. So now your TradeOvate is connected. Your TradingView is connected, is linked to your TradeOvate. So then what you want to do is you want to X out. And then you want to, these are all my PA accounts. When I say I have 20 PA accounts, there they are. All right, so those are Apex PAs. So then you want to log out. And then you want to go back to TradingView. Let me log out my demo account. And then what you want to do is you want to go to trade. And you want to find a broker. Well, most likely it's TradeOvate. Hit TradeOvate. Connect. Then you want to log in. Excuse me. You want to log in with the credentials. I'm going to get out this demo trade. Let me log out of here. It ain't doing nothing. So you want to log into, you want to go back to TradeOvate, and you want to log into the account on, basically we're logging in to TradeOvate on TradingView, right? So you want to log into the account that's associated with the account that you want to trade in. Real simple. This is my demo account, so I'm logging in. And then boom, you're in there. So that's pretty much how you do it. Real simple. Real simple. Real simple. So remember, TradeOvate, application settings, add-ons, click the TradingView free activated link, click all the other free activated links, and then boom, and then you're in there. Real simple. So now you should have it. So now you should be able to log in with no problem and set it all up. All right, let's see here what we got. You're welcome, no worries. All right, so let's get back. Nothing really going on here. Price came down. I think it pretty much swept it swept everything as far as the entire overnight session has been swept. It also came down and got some of these fair value gaps that were there from previous session. Yeah, because price came all the way down here to 26,276, 26,276, 26,276, which is about here. Got it. Okay. And now it looks like it might be making its way back up. All right, my little demo trade over here. Cool. So with that stated, I don't know what you guys are in. Of course, I'm not in anything. I don't see anything going on. We're going to get to tip of the day. All right, let's get back to tip of the day, and let's go ahead and rock this. Get this mental muscle rocking. What we got? We still got a little bit of time before... Yeah, we still got a little time before London closes. All right, cool. Let's do it. Tip of the day today is, if price keeps falling at a level, pay attention. If price keeps falling at a level, pay attention. Meaning, if you notice price is getting to a particular level and it keeps falling, or it gets to a particular level and it keeps rising, but if it gets to a particular level and keeps falling, you need to pay attention to that. You know what I mean? Is that clear confirmation, or is that like messy confirmation? Just remember, Multiple repeated failure signals a reversal. Just remember that. Repeated failure signals a reversal, meaning price is getting to a particular point and it keeps falling. It gets to a particular point and it keeps falling. Price will range, do something else, get to that point again, and it keeps falling. So that multiple rejections means what? Weakness, right? There's weakness there. That's why when price gets to that particular point, it falls. So give you a good example. We can go to the charts. So hypothetically speaking, let's see if I can find a place. Let's say we're just going to just use this for example purposes. All right. So let's say every time price gets here, it falls. Oops, the wrong one. Let me not use this one. Let me use my other one. Let's use this one. Actually, horizontal ray. No, we want the path. So let's say price gets here, and then it falls. That's too funny. I'm having issues with my tools this morning. All right, let's go. I promise I know how to use these, y'all. Price gets there and it keeps falling, right? Let's say it comes down, right? Okay, I don't know how to use my tools today, y'all. So price gets up here and then it falls. Then it goes back up and then it falls again, right? So let's say it just keeps doing that. It gets up there, then it comes way back down. You know what I'm saying? It just keeps doing the same thing. There, then it comes back down. Gets up there, and then it comes back down. What is that telling us? That's telling us that what? That's telling us that this area, there's a lot of sellers there, right? If price was going bullish and every time it got to a particular level, it kept falling. It lets us know two things. There's a lot of sellers there, and that area is pretty weak for buyers. So what does that mean? That if price continues to hit a level and it keeps falling, you want to pay attention to that, because what that's telling you is what? A reversal is imminent, right? A reversal is imminent. Like a reversal is definitely getting ready to happen because price keeps trying to get to this area and it's falling and it's falling and it's falling. Or price at some point will get to that level and it will push through. And if it breaks through that resistance, then what? It can break out for a buy. So we always want to keep that in mind and pay attention to those areas where we see multiple rejections. All it means is that there's just weakness. Buyers or sellers are losing control in that particular area. If it's like a triple rejection, then you definitely want to pay attention to that, because a reversal or breakout is getting ready to happen. So it's either the level is going to hold or the level is going to fail. So just keep that in mind. Either the level is going to hold or the level is going to fail. So multiple rejections, pay attention to that. That's why I always tell y'all when you come on the charts, right? Look left. Always look left. That's why you'll notice I'll put the time frame on 5 minutes just to kind of kill all the noise with the 1 minute candles, because it's going to be so many candles, and I just look left just to see what's going on. That's how you get an idea of what price is going to do. Price pretty much always repeats itself pretty much all the time. So, that's something just to pay attention to. So with that stated, remember, multiple rejections at a point means weakness. It means that buyers or sellers are losing control in that area. So just keep that in mind. It's very, very important. And it also is telling you too, repeated failures signals a reversal. Another little tip for today. So if price keeps falling at a level, meaning, going bearish, is hitting a level and it's going bearish, that level is acting as acting as resistance, and it keeps falling at that level, pay attention to that. Pay attention. You could even mark it off. You can even do something like this. That's why we chart, right? You can get this tool right here, and you can do let's say the level is here, right? You can just mark out something like this, right? And then you can put it in the area wherever you want. Let's say, we're just hypothetically speaking. Let's say this is the area, right? And you're going to put a little box there, and then you're just going to watch that. You can even extend to your box as time is going on and candles are, building up. You can keep paying attention to that. If you just keep seeing multiple rejections, pay attention to that. That means what? It's going to either reverse and it's going, tank, go super bearish, or it's going to break through and it's going to go bullish. So something is going to happen at that point. That's why you have in all of those multiple rejections. So just keep that in mind. Once again, multiple rejections means what? Weakness. It means buyers, sellers are losing control in that particular area. So just keep that in mind. It's crazy because I don't even feel like we did a lot this week. I don't even feel like we did a lot. I really, truly don't. I do not feel like we have done a lot at all. What we got here. Thank you. They need to update. Yes. Does the edge funder connect to TradingView? No, it does not connect to TradingView. When you're trading on the edge funder, you're trading on TradingView charts through the edge funder dashboard, but it does not connect to TradingView where where you're able to hit trade, log in a broker. Like I can log into I can show y'all. No, it doesn't do this. It's like my Apex account, my MyFunded Futures, Tradeify, Lucid, like it doesn't have all that. My take profit traders in there. Like, no, it doesn't have the ability to do this. This will be the last integration. So on the last integration, you'll be able to go into TradingView, just like how I did. Hit one of these particular brokers. I don't know what broker they're possibly will be connected with and partnered with. And then you'll be able to connect that way, put in your edge funder credentials, hit login, and then boom. And then you'll be logged in to the edge funder on TradingView. But it does not do that right now. So the way that you access TradingView is you're trading through the edge funder dashboard on TradingView charts. So no, can't connect it just yet, but it's coming. It'll be an announcement when it comes. I don't know when it's coming. I mean, when it will be completed, but I do know that it's in the works for sure. That part I do know. So, other than that, as I was stating, like it's been a real slow week, super slow. Haven't taken too many trades this week. I think I've only taken one trade so far. The market has been kind of weird only because my strategies have not set up the past 2 days. Both of my strats have got invalidated. So no trade for me. So that's why I pulled out my little demo. I was demo trading over here on my other screen. That's about it. Let's see here. Mostly base hit. Yeah, mostly base hits was good, Trent. Hope you well, bro. Absolutely, Chris. That's what's up, Crispy. No problem. Thanks for stopping in, brother. Appreciate you. But yeah, other than that, not really too much going on, y'all. It's been super, super like nothing. Really nothing. Nothing. So question of the day, we ran through that, right? We ran through question of the day. And we'll just do a quick recap on it. Y'all remember, if this trade is based on evidence or assumption, that's what you want to ask yourself. If it's based on assumption, we know what? We do not take it. We leave it alone because that's going to be feelings, guessing, hoping, right? Boom. That's out the question. So if we have to convince ourselves, we know the trade ain't real, right? It's real simple. And then as far as our tip of the day was if price keeps falling at a level, pay attention. Keeps falling at a level, pay attention. It's telling us something, right? It's multiple rejections. It's let us know the level is either holding or it's failing. It's something definitely good to pay attention to. Multiple rejections equals weakness. Buyers and sellers are losing control at that particular area. Real simple. Other than that, do you guys have anything for me? Anything for me? Let me know. Anything for me? Let me go check. Let me check news real quick. Make sure nothing's popping up on the horizon here. 8 hours ago, 46 minutes ago. Nothing. So 46 minutes ago, Iran told Pakistan that the U.S. must fulfill commitments. And Iran told Pakistan that the U.S. must drop the excessive demands. I don't know if that had anything to do with the spike that we saw 46 minutes ago. That will put us where? That will put us at 34, at 734. Let's see here, 734. Let me go to the 1 minute. 734, at 634. 634 would be right here. Yeah, nothing. So that news didn't impact anything. Let me share my screen so I can show y'all what I'm looking at. So I went to Forex Factory and I just went. We have the calendar section where we go and check news for what we got going on, right? But I went to the news tab, and this is what I saw right here. Iran told Pakistan the U.S. must fulfill commitments. So I was looking there. What we got? You've been so helpful throughout this time. Well, you're welcome. You're welcome. No problem. That's the whole point. Yeah, mostly based history, I think, for everyone. If you haven't traded today, I would err on the side of caution. I would stay out the market. Just leave it alone. Ain't no sense in forcing anything. If you really have to scratch the itch, then pull up your demo account. Pull up your demo account. Just pull it up. Just pull it up, and then you can just, you can do what you want in there. Demo account. Just pull it up. Pull it up and just, if you feel like you want to trade something, you can trade something, but you should be on your demo. There's nothing else. There's nothing here. This is trash price action. Just to let everyone know, this is trash price action. Literally, it's trash. And I say it that way with conviction. Like, it's seriously, it's trash. It's trash. This is trash. What you gonna do in that? The only thing you can do in here is scalp. If you're a scalper, then I'm sure you can get some bread in here. But if you're a strategy trader, limit order trader, you trade particular strategies, there's nothing going on in this box. And this is, let me move this over one candle, because actually the market opened there. There's nothing going on here. I traded during London. I've been working on the HSS and using a 5-minute and a 15-minute sometimes in a 1 hour. That's what's up. Hey, Trent, quick question. Do tariffs affect the market more or less than other? Oh, major market. Let me say this. Tariffs for the market, Morbid Drifter, are like kryptonite. Facts. So think about this. If you remember last year, around this time last year, we were dealing with all the tariff stuff, right? Go back in history, get on your trading view chart, go back to April of 20, go back to February, March, April, and maybe May of last year. And just go look, just go to the daily candle and just go check the daily candles. You're gonna see tons of bearish price action was happening. Tons of it. That's because the market does not like tariffs. Tariffs means business have to spend more money. And if businesses are spending more money, that is not good for the overall, I got you, Q. It's not good for the overall, not good for the overall sentiment of the market. The market does not like tariffs at all. Let me plug in my laptop, y'all. All right, cool. Got that plugged in. All right, so nothing here going on. But yes, tariffs, Morbid Drifter, horrible. All right, Q, 8% line. What is that about? 8% line, or is that not the? No, you're good. You're good. We can talk about that. I had just told you 1 second because it's a lot to explain, but I'm gonna give you a quick little run on it. So just going back to what I was saying, y'all, right here, this is what we got going on right now. This is trash. Trash price action. Stay out of this. You should have your demo account up, sitting on your hands, being patient. Ain't nothing to take. It's already 7:30. Think about it. We're basically, well, it's 7:24, right? Technically speaking, we're 6 minutes away from being an hour into the market. If this is all price has done within the first hour, like for me, I'm done for the day. There's nothing else for me to do here. I don't care what goes on later. I like to catch the market between market open to 7:15, 7:30, right around this time. If I haven't placed a trade at this time, a couple of things have happened. Either price action is that horrible, or my trades were invalidated. For me today, two of my strategies that I trade were both invalidated, and this other one just didn't, it didn't set up. So with that stated, I'm out. I'm sitting out the market. There's nothing for me to do here. at least far as from I'm not trading live today. If anything, it'll be my demo account. Y'all see them on my demo account. And that's pretty much it. So now, Q, we're going to the 8% line. Let's get there. All right, 8% line. Remember I said everyone should have this on their charts. 24, 6, 9, 7, 25. 24, 6, 9, 7, 25. You can see it right here on the screen. 24, 6, 9, 7, 25. And you can put this in there too. So what you can do is just take your mouse when you get to 24, 6, 9, 7, 25. Click the plus sign. Hit draw horizontal line at 24, 6, 9, 7, 24, 6, 9, 7, 25. Right? Then you go here to settings. Let me move this over. 1 second, y'all. Let me get my little logo out the way for y'all. My little logo guy is locked. All right, let me move him out the way a little bit. All right, cool. So you will go here, get your mouse and get it right over 24, 6, 9, 7, 25. If you can't get to the number, then you need to just hit your little scroll wheel and open it up, right? Get your crosshair to where it says 24, 6, 9, 7, 25. Click the plus sign, and it should say draw horizontal line at 24, 6, 9, 7, 25. Right? We'll get there, Kiara. I'm definitely going to explain now. And then you want to hit boom. And then you go here. This is settings. Hit settings. And then you can text in there and put 8% line. Real easy. You can change the font. You can make it bold. You can change the size of the font. You can make it, italic, whatever you want to do. Right? So I think mine is changed to like 28 or something like that. Right? So 8% line, 2025. And it'll be there. So you want to do that at 24, 6, 9, 7, 25. I'm going to go delete this because I don't need it. So 8% line. Now, the 8% line. What is the 8% line? 8% line. So historically, going back 151 years, the market has progressively had a 8% increase in price every year going back 151 years. All right. That's the way you do it. LOL. Just add the horizontal line, then enter the coordinates. Absolutely. Real simple. Real simple. That's what's up, Soy Sizzle. So 8% line. For the past 151 years, historically, the market has always had an 8% increase in price. So this 8% line is that 8% increase in price for this year. And that number is 24, 6, 9, 7, 25. Now, how we calculate it, is we calculate it, it's calculated based on a particular formula, and we'll get into that. We'll have to get into that at another time because that's a lot to talk about. We will definitely do that, but that's what the 8% line is. Also, the 8% line for 2026 is going to be, I'm going to take you there now. It's going to be 28, I think 611. 28, 611. Or 511, 28, 511. So you want to put that one on your chart, the 2025 one, and then you want to put this one on your chart. This is the 8% line for 2026, 28, 511. So you want to put that on your chart, 28, 511, hit the plus sign, draw a horizontal line. You can actually put in the coordinates if you want to put in the coordinates. You can put it here, 28, 511, or you can go up to the actual price point and select however you want to do it. Text, you want to put your text in there, 8% line, 2025. You can change the colors here of your text, whatever you want. You can also change the style of your line here. Here you can change the color of your line. Here, however you want to do it. Real simple, you can change the thickness of your line. You can also lock it. Like mine is locked. As you can see, it's locked. And you can see the text color is the same as the text color. The line color is the same as the line. So mine is locked. It should be locked on your chart to where it doesn't move, or you don't accidentally move it. So 28,511 for the 8% 2026, 8% line for 2026, and 24,697.25 for the 8% line for 2025. So the reason why we like to have those lines on our chart is because they give us a macro bias into what's going on. So what do I mean by that? What do I mean by that is that I know that anytime we're close to the 8% line, I'm not looking for sales. I'm looking for buys, because based on historical characteristics and historical data, I know that price is not going to be trading too much lower below this 8% line. Now, if you go back, let me put on a 5-minute. If you go back, right? Actually, I'm going to put on a 15-minute. If you go back and you can see how much price did trade below the 8% line, right? But let's do something. So let's look at this. 8% line is here, this green line, right? Look how much price did trade below this. But what do we think some of the significant factors is of this? It's the war, right? We know that. But as you can see, price has not really traded too much below it. Pretty much stayed above it. This is March 1st. So remember, the market, the war started January 20th, right? So if we go back to January 20th, let me go to 4 hour. So where we are, let's go to January 20th. January 20th is right here. So as you can see, going all the way back to, this is August last year. As you can see, price did not really trade too much below the 8% line, as you can see. Now, this was the beginning of the war right here at the 20th. Since that time, we've had a lot of trading below the 8% line. It went way down there, even went way down there back to 2200s, 22,000s. So we know a lot of this is what? This is manipulated price, right? Because it's price action manipulated by what's going on in the war. But overall, I know one thing, price is going to always trade above the 8% line. So I use that, as I stated, as my macro bias. I know when we're close to the 8% lines, I'm not looking to take a lot of sales during that time, just based on what I know about the 8% line. So that's the reason why I have it on my chart, to give me a macro bias, and also to let me know that whenever we're close here, I'm not looking for a lot of sales. I'm looking for a lot of buys. Now, it doesn't mean that when the price gets to the 8% line, that I'm just buying off the 8% line. No, I'm still looking for my strategy. I'm still looking for all of my different confluences. And I'm also looking for the time window that I trade. But if price is in this area, I'm looking for buys right off the top. So that's one of the reasons why we have it. I definitely will probably make a video explaining how to calculate it. That's going to be more advanced. So we'll wait for a video. I mean, I'll do a video for that one. But other than that, that's the reason why we have it on our charts. And as you can see right now, price is sitting at 26,375, and the 2026 8% line is at 28. So that tells you what? Between now and the end of the year, we have at least 2,000 points that we need to get to, that we need to climb to get close to the 8% line for 2026. So there that is. You're using a TF account right now? Yes, but you won't be able to see it here. You got a lot of lines. Yeah. All those pink lines are my daily levels. All the blue lines are unmitigated levels, and all of these like gold boxes that you see, those are my reversal zones. And these are here, and they go all the way down to 16,000. I've had reversal zones and unmitigated levels on my chart for, shoot, I'm talking like all the way down there. So, but yeah, that's pretty much, oh, you know what? This is my demo account. Hold on, let me show y'all. right here. So if you go all the way down into the 16,000s, I have targets and reversal zones that go that far. Literally, they go that far. Yep. And some of these have been on my chart for a long time. Over a year, couple years, like it's been there for as long as I've been trading in my trading career. Some of these reversal zones have been here. We were in the 16,000s a couple years back. We were that low. So I think that's where it stops. So yes, these stay on my chart. They do not leave. The only thing that I delete off my chart are the blue and pink lines. Once price touches those areas, then these lines get deleted. But price has to touch those areas for me to delete them off my chart. Because if price doesn't touch them, they're still valuable targets. Yep. So there's a method to this madness. There's a method to it. So yeah. So that's pretty much my charts. Someone put the blowing head emoji. Yes. So with that stated, I mean, pretty much there it is. Anything y'all got for me? Let me see. I answered that question. I'm not trading in any of my accounts right now. I actually, this is my demo account that's up. Prince Matalia. This is my demo account that's up. So, yeah. But I logged out all my accounts. No trades for me today. Both of my trades have gotten validated. So, we ran through question of the day. We ran through tip of the day. So just keep those things in mind. It's very important that we stay up on knowing where multiple rejections are. Speaking of our tip of the day, also understanding that our trades need to be based on evidence, not assumption. That's for our question of the day. Other than that, if y'all don't have nothing from me, then I think we're going to get out of here, y'all. I mean, ain't really too much popping. It's been slow. It's been super duper slow this week. Super slow. But like I said, look at price action. It's trash. Like price action is trash. Like it's literal trash. So with that stated, I appreciate everyone that jumped on the call today, tapped in with us, all our new Trade Genius members of the family that tapped in, everyone that's been on here consistently with me since day one. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Hopefully we get some better price action next week. You know what I'm saying? This week has really been blah. Like seriously, it's been blah. But that's the life of a trader. Sometimes you go, like right now, I'm at the point now where I only will have one trade in for the week if I don't do nothing by tomorrow. And let me say this, I'm not pressed to take a trade tomorrow. Let me say that. It's not like, oh, I only took one trade, I got to take something. No, I've only taken one trade. There's a reason why, right? Y'all know the reason. My setups and my strategies were invalidated. So there's nothing there for me. So I got to sit on my hands. I got to wait. If I force something, then we already know I'm messing up my trading psychology and I'm not treating trading as a business, right? I can't force anything. Whatever's there, I take. Whatever's not there, we don't take. It's very simple. And I'm okay with that. Like, it's not like tomorrow I'm going to be looking for a trade. No, I'm looking for my strategy to set up. If it sets up, I take it. If it doesn't, then it's another day with no trades for me. And I can honestly say, hey, I only took one trade this week. It is what it is. That's a part of being a trader. Your strategies don't show up, you sit back and you wait. They're going to eventually show up, but you got to understand when it's time to do nothing, demo trade, do other things, read some books, back test, take advantage of that. There it is. So other than that, I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great remainder of the day. I live to trade another day. We live to trade another day. My accounts are safe. No harm, no foul. Ain't got nothing to worry about. There it is. So, y'all have a great day. Thanks for tapping in. Shout out to our co-founders, for the Edge Fund co-founders I always say at Juvier. So crazy. Juvier, Scalp God, my brothers. Without them, we wouldn't be here. Other than that, We're going to be tapping in tomorrow, Friday, last day of the week. Let's see if we can go into the weekend green. That is always the goal. Other than that, enjoy your day. If you made money today, you should be logged out of your accounts and not going back into the market, and do not risk giving that money back. Other than that, as I stated, love y'all, appreciate y'all, and we will catch up first thing tomorrow morning, same time, same Trade Genius channel. Y'all have a blessed one. Yee.